Hey guys, welcome back to Contest Prep University. I'm Joe Klemczewski with Adam Atkinson, and we're going to finish the 5 stages or phases of contest prep dieting today with the fine-tuning phase. So hopefully you've got your clients or yourself through that transition phase. The majority of your work was done in the core phase. Then you hit that metabolic set point phase where you were really working hard to get to your final point where you could start a metabolic building food increase, as people say, quote, eating up to the show. Now when you've achieved that, if you've given yourself enough time, you can start fine-tuning. You can experiment a little bit. You can start taking notes on where you look your best. I think we all can look back at different peak weeks and say, man, my best was this day or this morning or this evening. And if you have time to CSI it, as Adam said earlier, you can start putting these notes together. And Adam, as a coach who works with a lot of bikini competitors, as well as male bodybuilders, amateurs, first-time competitors, mature pros, you probably love having the ability to have that time to fine-tune exactly where you want each person to be for the division criteria, and maybe even the competitors they're going to face.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So this phase is great because there's just a lot of open-ended communication, and it's almost fun because when someone's in this phase, they look amazing. You would send them on stage any day of the week, but you're just trying to perfect that look. So there's usually no hard conversations of, oh man, my weight's stalled, because they're ready for the show and they're excited. So a lot of communication and just this could be a lot like peak week, where we're looking at morning, midday, and night photos. With the fine-tuning phase, I might have someone send a morning photo and a night photo and just see what parts of their body seem enhanced with that. Are they storing more glycogen at night? How much spillover is there? This can be a really good sign for what we want to do in terms of show day food and how we set up their peak week. But I'm currently doing this with a pro level client right now, where we're having her go to the gym and take some morning photos and see how she looks. And then other times during the week, we're just having her relax and take some morning photos as well. We're kind of doing some comparison, also taking photos like the day after refeed, see what kind of effect this has on her body. And then the day after the refeed, just looking, is there any spillover? How much more tightness is there? Also, where does she feel her best? In the subjective area like bikini, we definitely want to make sure that we're both really looking at what the other pros are bringing, and we're trying to fit just right into that so minute criteria that is going to hopefully make her a pro champion. So.
Yep. And one of the things, guys, when you're in this state of fine-tuning, you've got a lot of options to make some large-scale decisions. As somebody's food has been coming up through a metabolic building phase, they may have the energy to do more intense cardio. And so even with more food, you can accelerate. They don't have to be all the way ready to hit this phase. You can use a little bit of a metabolic building food increase to get extra work done more easily, or you may decide that this client has been working so hard that they really kind of need the recuperation of having less cardio or less work. So you really end up with some options. And the last thing I would ask Adam is, we're gonna talk next about transitioning from this into peak week. How much easier is it for a client just to know that they're ready early, and how that impacts maybe stress levels and anxiety?
Way easier, and it's easier on us as a coach as well. We can find mistakes much easier. I have a great example. One of my clients in the fine-tuning phase right now actually added a supplement with yohimbe in it, and I could just tell she was not as tight in her next set of photos. And she mentioned adding a pre-workout, and I almost immediately knew that has to be what created that film. And sure enough, it was an ingredient that's a derivative of yohimbine. So she knew not to take that, but she didn't know not to take this derivative. And we caught it. So that was great, because had she not been ready early enough, I probably wouldn't have even noticed, but when you're that lean and you give up some conditioning, you can tell. So you can catch mistakes a lot more easily the leaner somebody is.
So many advantages to having that time. And guys, we're going to wrap this up next episode talking about how to make that final transition into peak week. So we started all the way back from just starting with day one of your contest diet leading up to that final week. So stay with us for this final episode, and we will catch you next time.